Jody King-Colgrove with Quantum Techniques. We have the most comprehensive diagnostic form of energy medicine in the world today. I work with people all over the phone to help them understand what's happening with their health and what they can do about it. Well, I had a great summer, and I wanted to share with you the excitement I did. I did a gallbladder cleanse. That was great. I loved it. Actually, I loved it more than I thought I was. I was putting it off, and I finally said, okay, I've got to do it. And it was so incredible that I wanted to share it with you. So here's what I found. So I was getting a lot of headaches in the springtime, and from not cleaning my Vitamix. I now live in an environment that has a lot more bacteria, and so if you don't wash your dishes kind of like right away or let them just, I'm used to Arizona, and so you just let things drip dry and everything's fine. But here in a high humidity, you have to kind of rinse things out and dry them so they don't create bacteria and mold. So that's what I was finding, is I wasn't washing them out clear enough. I mean, for example, I'd use a straw in Arizona for a week and it'd be fine. Here, 2 days max, and then it has enough liquid built up that it would give me a headache. It had bacteria. So I've learned to test everything, every plate, well, it's a little extreme, but in other words, test the Vitamix, test the straw, test the glass, and make sure that you're not getting an overage of mold and bacteria growth. But I'm one of those people that say, okay, yes, that's happening. Now I know what to do, but why am I so susceptible to this? And I always ask the question, why? So this is what I got. What I found is that my gallbladder was not functioning to the best of its potential. In Quantum Techniques, when we test an organ, we say that it should function a 10 out of 10. There are a couple exceptions to that, and one is your heart should test at a 12, and also your cerebellum, which is the chemical makeup of the body, should test at a 17. And so we're always testing the organs to find out if they're at their potential or if something's still blocking it from working. And that could be both physical and non-physical, which another little side note is that every organ, like the heart, has an emotional number of 12 and a physical number of 12. So that's also something to double check. So I found that my gallbladder was not functioning up to par, and it hadn't been for a couple years, and I hadn't quite, tapped into it because I didn't have any specific symptoms that I had found. But what I found is it was weak because of an emotional trauma that I had in my own life. And the gallbladder, the emotion that's connected to the gallbladder is gall, and so, how could she have the gall to do that? And that was the emotion I was feeling. And so it lowered my gallbladder, made me susceptible to then getting gallstones, and then being more susceptible to bacteria because those gallstones in the liver weren't functioning and getting those toxins out of my body. All right, so what I did is I worked on getting my body's immune system ready to do a gallbladder cleanse. And it's just making sure that everything's online, that you don't have a lot of stress, that kind of thing. And I think it's always really important that when you're going to do a cleanse, to be aware of your surroundings and make sure it's a good time of year. Instead of just saying, oh, every spring I do, just be sensitive to that. We also want to make sure that your detox system is always 100% functional online, and there are certain ways that your body detox, and we need to make sure that they're correct, or those toxins will go into wrong areas or get backed up, and then you won't have the cleanse you were hoping for. So here it is. You ready? Okay. So gallbladder cleanse. This is the one and only time I will tell you to eat or drink 5 ounces of classic Coke. Okay, so in the evening, this is what you do. You take 5 ounces of classic Coke and you mix it with 6 ounces of virgin olive oil and 8 tablespoons of lemon juice. And you need to make sure that all those ingredients are cold. So I put everything in the refrigerator all day. And then right before, I think it was 8 or 9 o'clock, I think it was 8, I mixed them all up together, and then I started drinking. And what happens is it's really hard to drink Coke. Or I'm sorry, it is, yes, for me, but sorry, that was a slip. It's really hard for me to drink olive oil. It just doesn't taste good. I mean, we cook it and things like that, but just to drink it straight is pretty tough. So the Coke kind of overrides the olive oil, and that's what makes it palatable. So that's why we tell you to drink a Coke. So you combine those 3 ingredients, you mix them up and drink it, and I probably, didn't just down it. I basically, drank it slowly over maybe, 15 minutes, but it tasted fine, so it wasn't a big deal. The last time I did this was pretty bad. That's another story. Okay. Let's just say my husband and I are still married because I made him do it right after we got engaged. So he still loves me, so I knew he was with me. All right. So then you go to bed, okay? And I did experience that evening. I didn't feel bad, but I did have some diarrhea, and it's kind of throughout the night, and just not a big deal. Then the next morning, you take 10 ounces of citrate magnesium, and you can buy that, let's say at Walgreens or something like that, and you just drink that. Now, what I found is, I probably around 11 o'clock, I probably wasn't feeling so great, but it wasn't enough that I just, didn't go to the bathroom and take care of it. Not, stomach-wise, it was more intestinal-wise. And then probably about 4 or 5, I did go to the bathroom, and that's when I passed the gallstones just through your poop. Okay. And so then I could muscle test and find out, okay, well, how many gallstones did I pass? And I got that I passed 10. Okay. And then, the citrate in the morning basically just kind of cleared me out. Any residue that was left out, let's say that there was a gallstone that may have been, stuck or something like that, it would clear that out. But anyway, so that's all you do. That's it. And I noticed immediate better in the fact that I got rid of those 10 gallstones. I got rid of the bloating on the top part of my stomach, kind of where my rib cage was. So that I got to see my, my abs again. I also stopped my headaches and helped me not be so sensitive to things. And like I said, it helped me not be so sensitive to both bacteria that I encountered just because my environmental triggers were not as high. So those were the things that I found really profoundly helpful by the Gallbladder Cleanse. I also came across an article from Dr. McCullough, and he said some things about gallbladder that I thought I wanted to share with you. The first thing he says, to maintain really good gallbladder health, you should be a healthy weight, and also to exercise regularly. The things that you should refrain from doing is to take cholesterol lowering drugs and also hormone therapy, because whether it's estrogen and progesterone, they cause the body to produce more cholesterol and rise the level of bile, and that has to go through your gallbladder. Like I said, maintain a healthy weight is one of the things he recommends. Some of the other things that he said is try to do moderate protein that is, good and organic, and then also to eat healthy fats, like avocados, coconut oil, and things like that. The other thing is to reduce your risk of developing gallstones is don't skip meals. And to also don't do diets that kind of have rapid weight loss, but to have like a steady decline. And he said for exercise, one of the things that's really helpful is the high intensity in interval training. And I got a video that I'm working on this summer about doing that. And so I'll let you know if it's a good video or not. So I'm enjoying that. So that's information on gallstones. The other thing to kind of keep in mind is that we want to make sure our organs in our body are functioning at the proper number, and so that's something that we can test at Quantum Techniques. We can test to see if a gallbladder cleanse would be significantly helpful for you. So give us or give me an email at Jody@Quantum Techniques to work together in regards to finding out whether your gallbladder needs some assistance and help. And also whether your detoxification system is online so you can do the cleanse and have it be the best for you. So you can go onto our website at quantumtechniques.com and request a session request. And I look forward to working with you and helping you get your health and happiness back. All right. Blessings.